I don't really like that song, but it sounds like a nursery rhyme, and it's so fucking irritating. I should go sleep because I didn't get any. She's need that fucking trash. Um, oh shit! No refunds. This shit's funny. Shit's funny. This guy is delusional. What the fuck is that? Hey Maria, how you doing? I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I had to get up early today and take my sister to the airport at 6:30. I didn't go back to sleep, so I'm kind of tired, but not really. I'm okay. I should go sleep for a little while, but I hate sleeping during the day because then it ruins the rest of my day. So I'd rather just stay up and then sleep in tomorrow. Yeah, well, that's good. As long as you have fun. My dog's right here behind, being a pain in the ass. Today doesn't seem like Saturday today. It's all my days are all messed up because here in Bermuda where I live, we had two holidays, Thursday and Friday. So now today feels like Monday or something. But I have to remember it's Saturday. And I was like, oh shit, today's Saturday. That's right. But it's all good. This means I have today and tomorrow off again. I'm gonna try and clean my apartment a bit, probably tomorrow. Today. Later on this afternoon, I might clean up my apartment a bit. I want to mop the floor at least, but I don't know. I'm just tired and don't feel like doing anything, especially waking up early. I don't have to see my mood. I just had some lunch, and now I feel like I wasn't gonna go live, but I said, "Oh, I'll just go in here for a little bit." Delete some emails here. Sick and tired of seeing all this shit everywhere. All right, that's better. Oh, look, pain in the ass one and pain in the ass two. And that's just confirmation of pain in the ass. See, you both smelt me. Both of you smelled me coming. Pain in the ass one and two. No, I didn't shave. I burnt it all off. Oh yeah, you two twin pain in the asses. Two twin pain in the asses. Oh good lord. What am I gonna do with these two? Drive me nuts. If I knew, I would have stayed. I would have went to sleep. If only I knew, I would have went to sleep. The weather here has been so annoying. It's been raining, then the sun's out, making it even. It rained so hard, and then right after that, the sun came out. You can see the steam coming off the ground, like it looks like smoke. I was like, oh yeah, it's time to go back inside. I was in the car ready to take my nephew to go play golf, and around 1:30, it poured. And then he says, oh well, I guess I'm not going. So he called his girlfriend, said, hey, I'm not going. It's freaking pouring here. And then he was like, look, we'll just go another time. As you can see on top of my head, there's clouds and stuff coming this way and more rain, as you can see. And it says a thunderstorm advisory this afternoon. See? So we're gonna get more bad weather. Hey Holly. How you doing? Yeah. It's nasty here. It's 80 something. All right, Maria, let me see what I get for you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. Maria, I would say that you might see him tonight or you might not. It all depends. Like it's not telling me yes, it's not telling me no, it's telling me maybe. It's still up in the air right now. But he is thinking about it though. So mommy might be coming over to Papi Chulo tonight. So it might happen. I can't guarantee it or it doesn't tell me yes. It just tells me that he wants to, but he has to see how his plans are or what plans he has. Like he has some delays right now on what he wants to do, but he wants to have that possibility. So I can't say yes or no. I would say maybe. He's still thinking about it. It might be a last minute decision. But his energy right now is that he wants to get some new things that he has on his mind done. He might be like trying to get new ways to do things or he has new ideas, but he's also got like he thinks that he believes in God and he believes that God has his back, and then some days when things don't go right, you know, he thinks that nobody gives a shit about him. But then I get the two of cups at the very end because I ask how does he feel about you and about his life, and he feels that the two of cups is love, friendships, partnerships, understanding each other, passion, getting some D, all that good stuff for you. But he's still trying to like make his difficulties go away. He still like knows that he's gonna lose. He's lost some shit in his past, couple months, but he needs to get it back. Like, he needs to find a way that to make things better for himself. But between you and him, there ain't nothing. And you might see him tonight. You might. I can't guarantee it or I can't. It doesn't tell me yes or no. It just says it's still up in the air for him. But otherwise, that I'm glad he loves you. I only love you when you sleep. So Holly, you said Holly, I got your donation too. Thanks. Oh, you start college on the 25th, so 3 more weeks. Yeah, I guess. If he told you he loved you, yeah. You were like, Mark, don't fuck around. You got the two of cups, so that means he loves you. For sure. No doubt. Yeah, so everything looks good. It's nothing bad. I'm just getting that he's still if Walter can solve some of his issues today early, then he'll probably tell you come over or hang out with you. So it all depends on how, because where you live, it's 2 hours behind me. So right now it's almost 2 o'clock, so it's almost lunchtime your time, right? So it's still like lunchtime. So he still has to decide what he wants to do. So it's still early. So if he gets things done, he'll call you. Besos. Besos. In Portuguese is beijinhos. Besos e beijinhos. Beijo. A beijo is a kiss. Kisses are beijinhos. It's a lot there. It's different. Mucho. You're welcome, Maria. No problem. All right, Holly, you said, may I get a journal? Okay, cool. I'll get a journal for the month of August. All right. So I'm going to give you the good part first, and then I'll tell you what else I see. The good thing is, you personally have to understand and know and acknowledge that you are a warm-hearted, fair person. You're a good friend. You're a devoted person, a person that will be devoted in a relationship or friendship or whatever. You're very honest, loving, caring, smart, and you have a gift of vision. Like you can visualize things and know what you got to do and visualize things psychically, or you have just visions of things that you want to do and then you do it, right? And that's the good thing. And spirit wants you to stay that way and don't allow people to change you or act like they don't know you're like that. Yeah. Because what I see here is ignore the people or ignore a person that is trying to make you make bad decision or make you indecisive or make you feel like you're going to fail. And this might not be a person, it might be like your subconscious mind or like just you thinking that way. But there could be a man. I do get a man here, King of Wands reverse, and this person exaggerates their ideas, deliberately wants to cause issues, right? And then I get energy here that being very cautious to make a decision, and also involving yourself in with this person is going to cause contradictions and trickery. And just like this person's like a dog, they're not a person that's actually decent. Or this could be like a person that is not really like they like what they say is excessive and out of character and out of like what you really want them to say. Or this person could be deliberately like making you feel like like you can't make it or you can't do it. So this person is someone who's like can be an idiot at sometimes. So this is the energy that I have. This is the energy that I get here. Like this person just is an ass, period. So you might get a man that comes into your life and just acts like an idiot and just treats you like weird and just says excessive things or does excessive things or deliberately wants to make you mad. Somebody who's weird. Let me check what's going on here. Yeah, I get a fatherly person here. So if your dad is like that, then I would say he might act like that towards you. But try not to let this, see, Spirit's emphasizing this very much. Whoever, if this is your dad or whatever person that's doing this to you, they're gonna try to make you emotionally unstable, and they're gonna like maybe tell you, do you have enough money? Do you need money? Is money an issue? How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do that? So maybe this person is gonna say, how could you go to school? You need money, or how could you do this if you need money, or you know, how are you getting money? Shit like that. So there might be like an argument about something like that makes you feel unstable, makes you feel emotionally annoyed. But try, like I said, that's the good thing is you got to look at yourself and say, I'm not going to let somebody get to me like that. I'm not going to let somebody aggravate me like that, whether it's your dad or whoever. So don't let this person aggravate you because they're going to try and test you and make you like emotionally annoyed. So make sure dad doesn't do that or you ignore that situation, you know? But I do see like a fatherly figure here trying to show authority, or maybe like if if you need something from him, right? If you need some if you need him to financially secure you, he might offer it. So maybe this is, if this is the case, right? I'm just giving you it because this is a general reading. So I'm reading it in general ways things can happen. So he might get you to a point where he wants you to admit that or this is for the month of August, right? So he might want you to admit that you need him or need his money or need money from him. Or it could be vice versa. You see what I mean? So whereas he might test you to say, hey, are you okay? Do you need money? Don't tell me you don't and you do, because I can help you out. I can temporarily give you something to help you. So I don't know if he knows that you need money or he has money to give you. That could be it too. Because when I pulled a second round of cards, it shows me that after this, like, somewhat deliberately, nagging you or annoying you, he's gonna actually say, hey, look, if you need me, you know, I can give you something if you need something. If you need money or you need a favor, just let me know. But it's gonna be something to do with money. And if it's not your dad, it could be your grandpa or some male that will offer to help you pay for what you need, or if you need like a loan or something, or you need somebody to give you some money, then that can probably happen. You know, even if it's not a money thing, it could be a favor. This person can offer you a favor, but the thing is when they do that, it's like, I don't know. In the beginning, it might be like, fuck you, I don't need you. And then in the end, there's an apology and then some money or like a favor. It's kind of weird the way the cards came out. Like it's telling me like both energies and stuff. What happened? Hold on a second. That was my nephew telling me he's leaving to go to his girlfriend's house. This dumb dog. Go lay down, baby. It's okay. You act like you don't know. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Why you bark at him for? You act like you don't know. You dumb dog. He's not mentally stable. Yeah. So maybe he's gonna act weird towards you and say some stupid shit. And maybe he might ask you for money, or he might say, "Hey, look, I need some money." You're gonna be like, "Look, I can't give you no damn money. I'm going to school. Like, I can't deal with you." It could be something like that too. But yeah, it's just a weird energy there. That's all. Oh, well, that's cool then. If you're doing all right, then that energy doesn't pertain to you. It could be something different. Because, like I said, it's a general reading for the month. So these situations could appear, could not appear, could be a different scenario, different situation. It could pertain to you and could pertain to something like, in somebody next to you or something. He thinks you're doing badly. Okay, well, there you go. So maybe this is him gonna say, how could you do all of this if you ain't got no money, and then you're gonna be like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm perfectly fine. Blah 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 blah. Then you might argue with him and tell him, you know, like who are you to tell me what the fuck to do? And then in the end, he might apologize or something else happens where you're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So it definitely could be him. All right, I got another donation from you. Thank you, and you can ask. Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you say it like that because I say that every day. When I pray at night, I always say, thank you, Spirit, thank you, God, for always giving me work and bringing people to me, and just having me in a different place right now where I don't have to work hard to make money, and I have enough. I'm good. So Spirit's taking care of me a lot. But you have to show gratitude. If you show gratitude, then they'll keep helping you. Yeah, well, I was without, I mean, I had a bad time when I was like, I don't know, maybe like when I was like 21, like I kind of went on like a spending spree, and then I kind of like went, you know, I was heartbroken, broke up with my first ever girlfriend, and I was just mad at everything. And then I spent all my money, and then I say, I only had like a couple dollars in my account. And then I was like, you know what? I can't believe that I actually got myself to this point. And then when I was like 22, I got a better job and I started making money, and I, wised up and took hold of myself, and I said, look, man, you got to save your money, you know, make good money and stop worrying about these hoes and all that stuff. So I went through a bad time at that point in my life, but ever since then, I've been okay. There's been times in my 30s where I was like, I think it was 2015. I had a bad year. I wasn't making much money. Everything went downhill. I got into a big fight with this contractor, and he didn't give me any more work, and I didn't want no more work from him because he's an asshole. And then everything just went down the hill, like down the, everything went downhill. And I end up having like, just a couple $1,000 in my bank. I mean, it was good. It was okay, but I was scared because I had bills to pay, I had a business to run. And I think I had like almost 3 grand in my account or something like that. And I was like, holy shit, my bank account's going back down. I got to do something about this. And then, miraculously enough, at the end of that year, I got like a big job, and I started making all this money again. And ever since then, I would say the last 10 years, 9 years, I've been good. And like that's the last nine, I would say the last 9 years, I've been very, very, spiritual and more aware of my surroundings, more aware that it needs to help me. I need God to help me and I need spirit to understand that. And that was like the time that I was around here. I was on here talking to people in chat rooms and then 6 years ago I started my own channel. So I've had my rough times, and I don't mind admitting it because I can't. There's no way in hell everybody's life is gonna stay great forever. You're gonna have your ups and downs. So those are the two times I remember being financially worried and financially unstable to the point where I was like, "Oh shit, I better try something. I need to do something to make myself better." So I haven't gone back in a slump ever since because I won't allow myself to do that. And spirit helps me. Yeah, exactly. I remember you telling me that when I first met you. Yep. All right. All right. Well, surprisingly enough, I asked if you'll find a partner from now until the end of the year, and it says it's very possible. I got the Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. But the only thing is in the middle, I have you. You're indecisive about proceeding with this person. You may be reluctant to give this person the time of day. You might be indecisive. You might feel like, I don't know about this guy, but I guess I'm gonna try. I guess I can try. I guess maybe, I'll give it a chance. I think it's you more doubting it, and like seeing this person and saying, okay, maybe this is too good to be true, but I'll try it. So I do get a possibility of being with a partner, right? King of Pentacles could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but this person is very experienced. Could be a leader, business owner, somebody who does business, somebody who is loyal, reliable, somebody who wants marriage, who wants to like make good investments. And I got the Ace of Cups, so that tells me this person will offer themselves to you, and it might be too good to be true to you, or you might be like, I don't know if I want this guy or not. So it's really up to you to accept it or to want it. But I do see a King of Pentacles person coming into your life and offering you love and offering you something good. With that Ace of Cup, that means he's going to come to you. He might ask you out and ask you if you want to be his woman. But I get you reversed here because I see you trying to like, you know, say, okay, well, this person might not be my type, but I might, I'll give it a try because the person's a good person. So, but it might be something like maybe it's not your type, or maybe you just don't feel like dating at the time, or maybe you're reluctant on giving him your number, or maybe you're just indecisive at the time that it happens. So I do see that it can definitely and possibly happen. With that Ace of Cups there, that's like an offer of love. So let's look into it a bit more. Hold on. All right, so August and September, I don't see it happening. It's nobody that you know. It's a new person. It's definitely a new person. And October, November, December. So it looks like November and December. Looks like the last 2 months of the year, it'll happen. Because I got the Two of Cups there at the very end. So that's good. That's positive. That tells me that it can definitely happen. So it's up to you to accept it. But it's nobody that you know, somebody new. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, it looks good, but it looks like not now, but it looks like maybe November or December it'll happen. Because the Two of Cups is an actual relationship for November, December. So I asked in the next 2 months, it said no. Then I asked October, it said no. And then when I asked November, December, it said yes. So now you got time to deal with school. And while you're at school, you might meet somebody there in November or December, and then man, you're good to go. Or it might not be, but it looks good though. A lot of positive things there. You're welcome, Holly. Yeah, keep tabs on your dad. Make sure he doesn't act up, but you know how it goes. Family is family. My dad always gave me a hard time, but now it's different. Now he's older and he doesn't really, say anything. Yeah. So my dad's always been a pain in my ass. He's always tried to block me from my dreams. Your dad's 60? Shit, my dad's going 82 in September. My dad's annoying as hell. Join the club. I always tell the story on here about my dad, and some people say that maybe my dad was jealous of me, and I don't really, I don't really. My dad doesn't have like a jealous bone in his body, but maybe towards me, he did. I don't know, but I refuse to hear that or refuse to understand why he would be. I'm his son, for fuck's sake. But I was gonna say that I was 29 years old, and it was the end, almost the end of summer, and I walked into my parents' house, and I sat down, and they're like, "Oh, what happened?" I said, "I'm gonna go on my own," and they're like, my dad started laughing, and my mom didn't say anything. So then my dad started laughing. He goes, "You're crazy if you think you're gonna go on your own." And I'm like, "Why?" I said, "Why wouldn't I go on my own?" I said, "I can do a lot of things." He goes, "Oh, you don't have no money to do that." And I'm looking at him like, "How the fuck do you know what I have in my bank account?" you know? And then I'm looking at him saying, I made a big mistake coming here. I said it to myself. I made a big mistake coming here to get some type of encouragement from these two idiots. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going. Like I said, look, I'm going to go on my own. I'm just letting you guys know. And, I'm going to go buy a car. And then my dad's like, and my mom didn't say anything. And then before I left, I looked at my mom, and my mom says, "Oh, just be careful because, you're getting a paycheck every week now. And when you work for yourself, you know, when you work for yourself, you're not going to have a paycheck every week." And I was like, "You guys sound like you went on your own before, or you're on your own. You guys always work for everybody, not me." I said, "I want to work for myself, and you guys never owned a business in your life. And you're telling me like you know how to do it." So I was like, "Look, I made a big mistake coming here. You guys are not nowhere near encouraging me." I said, "Look, my sister's encouraging me to do it, and she says she's going to get me some work. So goodbye. I'll see you guys later." And I was like, these guys are the worst fucking people I know. For like, they're wonderful parents and they've done a lot for me and they did a lot for their children, and they're not bad people. They're just not very encouraging. They're not very, motivating, or they're not parents that are like, yay, go for it. We got your back, Mark. They're like, no, you're gonna fail. Or no, it's not gonna work. Or no, you're dumb. So I was like, yeah, this game. When I left that door and I closed that door, I said, this is motivation time. I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So I left their house and I went straight to the city. Went to this place called the payroll tax office and the social insurance office to start a business. So I walked in there, talked to this lady. She gave me the paperwork. I signed everything, and I left there as a business owner within the same day. Had my paperwork and everything. Went to go pick out a vehicle. My sister, I couldn't get a loan for my car because I was like a liability going on my own. And I had the money to buy the car outright, but if I did, I would have been fucked because then I wouldn't have had no money to buy anything else. So my sister wrote a check, paid for my car, and I said, I'll pay you back. And she goes, yeah, no problem. So I went there with a check, paid for the car, took the car, gone. And then my sister gave me all this work. And her mother-in-law is super rich, and she gave me a lot of work. And within 5 months, I paid off the car, no problem. Bang, just like that. I worked night and day. My sister was the only one, and still is the only one who's ever helped me. And she knows if she ever were to, give me some money or anything like that or a loan, I'll always give it back to her, no problem. And that's why we're always, cool. And we take care of each other. We're best friends, and we do a lot for each other because people are fucking idiots. Speaking of my sister, she's texting her son. She's away right now on business, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really care about that anymore. But my sister had my back, and my friends all told me, yeah, man, go for it, man. We'll get you some work, and my mom needs somebody to do some maintenance, or I'll give you work. So when I went on my own, I had business cards, I had my van, I had my tools, and everybody helped me except for my parents. Everybody helped me except for my parents. And I was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. You don't want to help me? You don't want to help me, then fuck off. That's how I felt. I was so mad. And I was like, at the same time, I was mad, but I also was like ready to prove them wrong. Like, and show them who like you disrespecting me, and so fuck you. Like, but I don't hate my parents for that, and I don't hate them or like have anything against them. I know how they are, and I can't change them. But you know, I was like, you guys are not supportive at all. But to hell with you guys, I'm gone. So then, when things broke down at their house, guess who they called? Me. And guess who they still call till today? Me. Guess who fixes everything and buys everything for their house? Me and my sister. So all that shit went to bite them in their ass. Now they look like idiots for doing what they did. But they learned their lesson. And at the end of the day, I didn't cut off my parents. I didn't cut them off, or I didn't disrespect them. I didn't tell them. I don't rub it in their face every day. I just let them. But I would never ever tell them that I do this, because then I'll go through the same thing. They'll be like, "What do you mean you talk to dead people? What do you mean you're on YouTube doing it? This and that? You're fucking mental. You're crazy. You're working for the devil." They'd be like, they'll go off their head if they knew I was doing this shit. And they would never believe that I've made money off of this. They would never believe that. They would never ever believe that I do this. They wouldn't. They would have to physically see me do it and be like, I can't believe my son is a psychic. I can't believe this shit. Nobody in our family does this bullshit. You're this and you're that. So that's one thing I never ever said to them because I won't. Because I don't want them to know. If they were supportive and cool like that, I would tell them. You know. Yeah, I hide my cards from them when they come around. If I know they're coming here, I hide all my shit. I'll put a towel over the cards so they won't see it. Hey, Starlight, how you doing? You doing good? Good to hear. Yeah. Well, the good thing is not to tell them everything in their life. They didn't tell you everything in their life, so it's not like I'm keeping a secret. I just feel like if I tell them, it's going to make me like mad when I hear their stupid response. So they're not going to be like, "Oh, cool, that's nice. I'm glad you're doing that. Helping people and being positive and doing." They would never say shit like that. The first thing they're gonna say is, "I work for the devil," or I'm some crazy man who talks to dead people, and you don't make no money off of that. You're crazy. That's impossible. Little do they know. If I told them the truth about what I've done on here, they would never believe me anyway. So it doesn't make sense telling them. I'll keep that to myself. One day when they're in spirit, then they'll see it for themselves, and we can go from there. And not too many people in my family know about it. And the people who do know about me here, they don't say anything. They never come up to me and ask me for a reading or say, "Hey, look, I saw you." They never say nothing because they don't want me to know their life. They don't want me to know their problems, which is good. I don't want to know theirs either. So I love being on here, and that's the best part of it. But yeah, it's life. It's all good. I'm not upset at them or anybody or people that don't care about this type of stuff or would look at me different if I told them. I could care less. I'm not gonna like change myself, or I'm not gonna stop doing it for somebody else. Yeah, my internet's perfect too, but YouTube's been acting up lately. Yeah. It's never about them, it's about us, our journey. Yeah, I agree, Starlight. I agree 100%. And that's why like I never ever told my parents that I do this stuff. And my ex brother-in-law, my sister's ex-husband, he used to ask my sister, how the hell does this guy stay home and still have like and still pay his bills? Like, because at one point in time he would always know that I'm home, right? And I was home working on here, but he didn't know that, right? But he didn't know about my life, and I wasn't gonna tell him either. And I told my sister, "Don't tell him anything. I don't want that guy to know anything about me." You know. You too, Holly. Have a great day. So I remember he used to. One day we had a fight, and he goes, "I don't know what you're doing all day, home doing fucking nothing, but I don't see people coming here, so I know you're not selling drugs, but it just doesn't make any sense to me how you're home more than you go out of work, and then you're home all day, and I don't understand how you pay your bills. I don't understand how you work or how you make money." I said, "What I do in my life is nothing to do with you." And I said, "Do I ask you for money?" And he goes, "Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. You don't ask me, but maybe your sister's giving you money." And I was like, "Yeah, probably. If she gives me her money, then that's my problem. That's me. That's her problem and my situation. And nothing's coming out of your account and going into mine. So whatever we do, if we're brother and sister, I've known her all my life, you jackass." That's what I told him one day. I say, whatever I do is my business. I don't give a fuck about you. You know? So he always wondered what I was doing to make money. And he was always wondering like how the hell am I home and still got enough money to live. A lot of other people wondered it too. But little do they know, I make money over on here. So it pays for what I needed it to pay for. And rightfully so. And that's my business and that's my life, not yours. So don't worry about it. I don't come if I don't come to you to pay for my bills, then you know I'm got money. I'm good. And that's what makes people mad here. I'm not talking about people on here, but on in Bermuda. They're like, how the hell is this guy, how does he have this and have that if I don't see him working in his van or working somewhere? Little do you know I am working. You just don't know and you don't have to know. Just give me a second. I gotta catch up with these. My sister's talking to her son, but I need to know what's going on. Okay, cool. It's nothing to do with me on the chat. We have like a chat, all of us together, but it was nothing to do with me. It's to do with my sister and her boy. So okay, cool. I don't want them to say, "Where are you two? What are you doing?" You stop hiding yours. It's who I am. God chose to have good to bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just hide it from my parents because I don't want them to aggravate me about it. But even some people that I don't like, I don't even let them. I don't let nobody come into my apartment because I don't want people to come in here because I don't want their energy in here and I don't want them to see what I have, what I'm doing. I don't like people coming in my home unless I know you. The only people that come in here is my mom, my dad, my sister, and my nephews, and that's it. And if I know they're coming here, I will cover like my cards up right here with a shirt or something or a towel. I always have a towel right there, so I just because I don't need no questions asked. I don't want nobody to ask me shit. I don't want nobody minding my damn business. What I do is my problem and my life. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Teresa's going live today. I just saw your notification and commented on it. We can go hang out with Teresa today. Yay. Oh God, pain in the ass is back. Go sleep, woman. Oh God, here we go. Hey Tanya. How you doing? I didn't really get much sleep either. I was in my bed at 12:30 and I woke up at 6:15. So I didn't even get 6 hours of sleep because I had to take my sister to the airport at 6:45. So I had to get up super early, had a little bit of coffee, And then she was like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, all right, cool. So she said she had a good flight and she's going on another plane in a little bit. So yeah, she's in Miami right now, and then she's in Miami now, and she's going to Vegas. Yeah, I'm tired. I didn't even feel like coming on here, but I already came on at 9 o'clock this morning. I was live. I wasn't on for that much, but I just uh, prepped up my fish, and then I washed some dishes, and then I left. But yeah, and no, not Seattle. She's not in Seattle now. She's in Miami, and then she's going to Vegas for 4 days. So by the time she reaches Vegas tonight, it's going to be like almost midnight. And then tomorrow she's going to have time off. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday she's going to go to buyers. She's the buyer for her company, and she's there with like two other CEOs. So she asks them, look, can we buy this? Can we get that? Or should we get this? And she's going to like big companies and picking out things for her store. And then she comes back on Thursday morning. And then I think on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, she goes to Boston to go to another buyer on that 13th on the Wednesday to go see more things to buy more shit. So she's been on like 5 work trips already this year. And she's been on vacation. She's a Sagittarius, so she loves fucking going away and traveling every damn. She will go away every month if she had to. She don't care. She loves trips. But see, her dumbass ex-husband didn't really want to go nowhere all the time. He wanted to be home and itch his nuts and scratch his ass all day. He didn't really like going away too much. And he didn't really like going away just him and the boys because he didn't want to take care of the children. So anyway, so now that my sister's had a divorce and she's single for the past 2.5 years, she's been going on all these job trips and vacations and enjoying her life. It's all in your mind. Like I told you already, Lucky, your problem is you go to bed with things on your mind. You got to go to bed and actually go to sleep and not worry about anything. When you worry too much, like you do, you're not going to get no damn sleep because you worry 24/7. You got to go to sleep. I wish I can sleep during the day. I really could. I really do wish I can sleep during the day. But if I do sleep right now, say if I go to sleep right now for like 2 hours, I'm gonna wake up even more tired. I can't do it. Like I just can't, you know. I just can't like sit there and be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go sleep real quick and I'll get up at like 5 o'clock. And I'll get up and I'll be like, oh man, oh fuck. Then I'll get up and I'll start to like, get better and be alive. And then next thing you know, it's midnight and I want to go to sleep and I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, I already slept like 4 hours ago. It's gonna ruin my sleep. It's gonna ruin my pattern of sleep. But the only reason I'm tired is because I had to get up so early today. Oh no, Starlight. Hope everything's okay over there. That's shitty. Here it's been raining on and off. And right now it's sunny and windy. But I look at the radar above my head. I have it on, and there's a big line of showers coming this way. So I'd say maybe in another hour it's gonna pour again. It's like that aggravating rain. It's like every hour a shower comes by, wind and rain, and then next thing you know, the sun comes out and you see the steam coming off the concrete and the driveways. My nephew was gonna go play golf at 1 o'clock. At 12. Then they put it off till 1 because of the weather. Then when 1 o'clock came, it poured again. So he's like, you know what, Uncle Mark, fuck this, I'm not going. And I was like, well, I told you it's gonna rain on and off. And I said it's very windy too, so you get caught out in that golf course, you're gonna know about it. And see that the all that rain coming this way, all this thunder, the thunderstorm advisory. So we got storms coming here too. So it's supposed to get worse this afternoon and tonight. We're supposed to get a lot more rain and thunder and shit. So it's a no bueno. Yeah, I mean when hurricanes hit here, we have the generator, but there was times where the generator didn't work and we went without power, and it was weird to live in. But I've been doing that for a long time. I remember when I was like maybe 8 or 10 years old, we had a big ass hurricane come and destroy the island, and we were without power for 3 weeks, and nobody could even go to school or anything. So we were like, yes, we don't have to go to school. And then my mom was like, I don't care. You guys rather go to school. But see, back then, nobody had generators and shit. 40 years ago, nobody can afford no damn generator. Hell no. We didn't even hear a generator around my neighborhood. My neighborhood was ghetto as fuck. We didn't hear no generators. And if you did have a generator on, they be going looking for you. You see that piece that's coming here? Look, it's like a big piece coming this way. Look, it's coming right for us. It's yellow and red. So it looks like in about maybe half an hour to an hour, it's gonna hit us again. Oh boy. Well, that's good, Teresa. I'm glad where you live is not bad. So Starlight's like, I'm gonna go outside with my scarf. If it blows my scarf around my neck too tight, I'm going back inside. She's like, fuck this shit. Well, one thing I can hear the storm coming, that's for sure. It's like a freight train. And I live right next to the ocean, so you definitely know about it. You can hear the ocean from here splashing up against the rocks and shit. During a hurricane, you can smell the salt air and smell the ocean from here. It's crazy. It's not that windy right now, but it is. It's like maybe 20 mile an hour winds outside where you see like everything moving around, but it's not that bad. And that's good. You put it on video. When there's a hurricane here, I go outside and videotape shit and put it on my Instagram. I would say a year ago in August, we had a hurricane come here, but it was only 90 miles an hour, which is that. I mean, only 90 mile an hour is 90 mile an hour is good. If it's like 140, 150, then we're in a lot of trouble. And we were without power for like 4 days, but the generator ran the whole time, so we were fine. But it was definitely a pain in the ass. I was gonna check something out. I can't remember what it was. Um, no, that wasn't it. How do I know Brenda? I know her through how do I know her? I think I met her through Star Lotus Terror, I believe. I believe I met her through Star. Yeah, I believe so. I could be wrong, but I think I met her through Star Lotus Terror. Yeah. I've known Brenda for a while. Anne is the lady that she does Super Chat Sundays with. Yeah. Brenda's cool. Brenda came into yeah, she does know me from Star Lotus Terror, yeah. Because Brenda came in my room one day and my mediumship experience with her was very cool too. And her late husband, um, his name is John, and he appeared to me. And I said to Brenda, I said, "Hey, look, there's a guy here that wants to talk to you. His name is John." And I said, "I don't even get names like too often, right? If the spirit really wants me to know their name, they'll tell me." It happened with Starlight the other day too. Um, but the guy I actually heard, "My name is John, and I want to talk to Brenda. Can you please tell her who it is?" And Brenda was like, "Yeah, that's my husband, John." She's like, "Wow, what the hell?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "He wants to tell you some stuff. He wants to talk to you." So I did the reading for her right here in the chat live, and ever since then we've been good friends. Yeah, and she's read for me plenty of times when I go in her chat. Her and Anne read for me one Sunday. Yeah, they hooked me up. They're good people, good ladies. I've met a lot of wonderful people through Star Lotus Terror, yeah, my friend. So yeah, that's how I know Brenda. And she comes in my room every now and then to say hello to me. She's giving me great advice with health stuff and taking care of my sciatica and sending me healing and stuff. She's a good person. Very nice lady. So that's how I know her, yeah. I never knew of her before, but I know who she is now. Like I said, I've known her for about maybe a year and a half. Oh, shut up. Damn stupid ads. I went and looked at this thing real quick and the ad popped out one time. So annoying. The Pacific Storm, everyone. Yeah, sometimes like we have hurricane parties here at Starlight. We have hurricane parties here when the lights go out and shit. Nobody has a generator. We used to have hurricane parties. Everybody, you know what we did here? We made sure we had propane gas cylinders for the barbecue. We made sure we had a couple coolers with ice. So like maybe 2 days before the hurricane comes, we know we're gonna lose power because we didn't have generators back then. So we went and got coolers and we put ice in there and we put our milk in there, our sodas, our alcohol, drinks, water, whatever. We would put everything inside a cooler with ice. And then we had two gas cylinders and like like a portable barbecue and like fryer or something like that. So it was always something we had to cook, and we would always get bread and stuff from the store, or my mom would make bread because my mom had a gas stove. And then when we had to go to the bathroom, we always had a bucket of water, and we would like fish it out of our water tanks underneath our house. So here we don't really suffer when the electricity is gone for a few days or a few weeks. It's not like we're suffering, you know. But we make of what we make. We do things the smart way. We make sure we got ice, and we make sure we got coolers, and we make sure we got. And if we don't have electric stove, we have a gas stove. We make sure we have enough gas to make food on the gas stove. Or if we can go outside and cook, then we'll go outside and cook on the barbecue, and we'll make sure that we have, like, hamburgers, hot dogs, cold cuts, anything to make sandwiches, and make sure we have mayonnaise and everything that we need. So we and my mom will always make like a big pot of soup before the hurricane comes, so that way all we got to do is heat it up and eat it, you know so that's one thing that we made sure, like, after a couple years of dealing with hurricanes, we got smarter and smarter. And even me with the generator, I don't trust that generator is going to work all the time. It can malfunction, it can break down. It's a motor, and the propane can run out after like 4 days or something. And we might not be able to get propane because everybody else has took it all, or we have to wait. So you never know. So what I do is I get a cooler and I put ice in it. And just in case the generator malfunctions, I got that cooler of ice so I can make sure I have my milk in there for my coffee. Make sure we got cheese, mayonnaise, and cold cuts and burgers, and everything that comes out of that freezer goes right inside that cooler with ice. So we don't waste no food. And if we have to eat the same shit for like 2 or 3 days, then we will. Who cares? We'll do it in different ways. Or because we have a stove top and gas, that we have propane and stuff, or a barbecue with a side burner, we can always make like pasta and shit like that and whatever, like, so we always make sure we have like everything we need for when the lights go out and the generator breaks down, if that were to happen, which it has happened twice. So nothing's guaranteed, so it's always good to have a plan, and that's something that I do. Starlight, yeah, both of them are very pleasant. They're very nice people. Teresa guided you here. That's good. Teresa's guided a few people everywhere, so that's nice of Teresa to do that. Sometimes we meet people through people we don't speak to anymore, and sometimes we meet people through other good people, and that's how it works. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, but it's the way life is. Sometimes you have to meet somebody through an idiot, or you have to meet somebody through somebody decent, and then you all hang out in each other's rooms, which is great. So it's always nice to have, like, everybody support everybody. That's always been my number one goal, is for everybody to support each and everybody, support each other. Like, don't say I don't want to go here, and if you don't want to, hey, so be it. But I don't want no gossiping and no bullshit and people acting up. I ain't got no time for no childish shit. So, been there, done that, don't want it no more. I just looked at the weather for the next 7 days, and it says, like, there's like this development of a storm that could brew around Bermuda on the left hand side, on the coast of the United States and Bermuda, but it says it's not very much of a chance it'll develop into anything serious. So that's good news. I don't want that shit. Leave me alone. But it looks like we're gonna get wind and rain though. Yeah, exactly. We're not in kindergarten anymore. I use gas stove and I have camping gas, flask of hot water. Our trees get lifted from the storms, blocks the road, trees for electric cables, fly around, field storms, clear road, and yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna affect Bermuda. It's like in between Bermuda and the United States. The guy shows it in the next 10 days it goes in between us. So it's not coming towards us, but it's going like in between us. So we're not gonna have anything bad. It says it's not gonna develop into a hurricane or anything. But we can experience wind and rain. Nothing too drastic, but we're experiencing that now for the past 2 days. So that's probably what it is. It's trying to develop, but just shooting off showers over to us. As you can see above my head, there's a big piece coming this way. Oh boy, it's gonna pour in about half an hour or so. That big ass piece is coming this way. Oh boy, it's a coming. I might have to close my shutters when that piece comes because it looks like it's gonna make. It's getting really windy. I can see shit blowing all over the place. I'm gonna have to close my shutters in a bit, or else they're gonna get ripped off or banging like crazy. Then I got Miss Diamond here, sprawled out. She's got her head on my sneakers, and her ass is right here. She made me mad. She made me mad today because she peed on the tile outside on the by the pool. She's been acting really stupid lately. This retrograde has made her dumber. I don't understand why she doesn't go in the grass and pee like she always does. Like she went like literally right there. And I said, "What are you doing? No, no, no." And then she was like, "I don't care. I'm peeing right here on the tile. I don't give a shit." And that's what she did. She peed right on the tile. And I'm looking at her like, really? Really? I wanted to kick her right in her ass. And I said, you know what? It's okay. It's raining. It's wet. The tile's wet. And it'll just push it over towards the grass anyway. As long as she don't do it by the pool and it goes inside the pool, I'll kick her ass. Yeah, it's funny you say about the it's funny you say about the coffee because I remember the last hurricane that came. I made like this big ass thermos of coffee, and it lasted me like the whole 2 days. I was like, yes, I gotta have a little bit at a time. Like you know the little cups, you twist it off the thermos, and you use the cup to pour it in. And I was like, I'm gonna have one cup like every little while, and I'll be cool. And then the next day it was still like kind of warm, and I was like, yes, I had coffee. I remember I did it right before the lights went out, and I was like, yes, I got coffee. Yeah, I have to board things up. Yeah. See, I don't board things up anymore. I have like hurricane vinyl protection covers. So like if the like see the window behind me above it, I have like this cover and it goes on a track, and then it has like these straps, and I strap the sides and I strap the bottom, and it's like it's stuck to the window and it won't allow anything to come through. So it's like hurricane vinyl covers. It's like it holds up to 150 miles an hour. So we've never had any problems with it. And it's very good too. It covers everything, and you don't have to use like screws and boards and nails and all that shit. It's a protective cover. It's like a canvas cover, you know. So yeah, they're really good. We've had them for like 10 years now, and it's very easy to put in too. Oh hey Tanya, how you doing? Okay, cool. I'll check for you. Thank you for the super chat. All right. You would like to know what can you expect in your current job? What can you expect in your current job? And will things get better? All right, let's check. Well, I'll tell you this month, right? From now until the end of the month, I see work having some opportunities that may be good and may be so so. What I do get is you feel stuck at work, you feel like you're not getting what you want, and you have no solutions to any of the difficulties that you're going through at work. But because you are a mature and responsible worker and you're very reliable, you come to work every day, you're trying to have patience, you're trying to show the persistence, and you're trying to like make sure that you do your job and then you don't have no problems. And because you're like that, it looks like at the end of the month it'll get better. I think your job is going to get better because the way the cards are put out, it shows me that the end result is you being okay and you being all right with what's going on. But right now, currently, you might feel like things are not going the way you want it to. Like this also could mean like if you're not the only one who knows what's happening there, or you're not the only one who feels a certain way, and things might have to like happen in order for you might have to speak up in order to get what you want, or somebody's going to do something where it changes things. But they don't, these people at your job or whoever's at your job knows that you're very good at it and you're doing what's right at your job. But the problem is they're trying to find the right opportunity, the right way, and the right, trying to overcome whatever difficulties they're going through. So, whatever company you work for, they have some difficulties that they need to rearrange and analyze. And then they're going to say, okay, well, Tanya's a good worker. We need to keep her. We got to get rid of this person, or got to do that with that person, or we need to change this department, that section, whatever. And then we'll make things right. So I would say from now until the end of the month, there's going to be changes, but good changes. But you personally might feel that there's no solution right now. But to answer your questions, will things get better? Yes. That's what I'm getting. And that's because you yourself are a good worker. So if you consider yourself mature, patient, and a good worker, and you think and you know that these people know that, your boss knows that, then that's all you gotta think about. Or remember, I answered that question for you last night. I told you that I do see a change of a job because you went to the interview and stuff, right? So, but you're asking me about your current job. So your current job can get better before the end of this month. Like things will get better. So for instance, if you want a certain position at your current job, that can happen by the end of the month because of your work ethic. Yeah. The only way you're going to change jobs is if you want to. You have to make the change. You have to say, "Hey, I got this chance to go to another job. I'm good." Only you can change your job. Like I told you, yesterday that there is a possibility that you can get another job, right? But in your current job right now, obviously you're not happy, but by the end of the month, it looks like you will be happy at your current job. You'll be happier than you are right now. Okay, Starlight, I'll be back later. Well, if you're unhappy with your job now, then things look like it'll get better for sure. Because I'm getting that in the future, in the near future, opportunities are coming up. So that's my question to you, right? So, my question to you is this. In your current job, if you were to get a better position or you had a better situation, would you stay? And if your answer is yes, then I would say that is a good possibility that that's going to happen before the end of the month. Yeah. Okay, Teresa. So to answer your question, I would say you have a good chance of things getting a lot better at your current job. But the reason it's going to get better is because you are a good worker. So you got to ask yourself, am I a good worker? Is my boss happy with me? And if the answer is yes, then looks like you got good things coming before the end of the month. Now, if you're a pain in the ass and you're not doing your job, then you have yourself to blame, you know? Yeah. Thanks, Teresa. Okay, now listen. Your current boss likes you. You said they changed your boss, but your boss right now, I asked if your boss likes you and it says yes, they like you. And that's why I got the cards I got. So your boss likes you, likes the way you work and likes how you work. They have no problem with you. They want you to stay there and they want you to be there and they might even give you something better to deal with, a better position, or if you think there could be a better position, you know. Whoever your main boss is, they like you. Because I got all good cards here. So I think that you might be overthinking too much. But or you're not giving yourself enough credit, maybe. But I don't see anything bad. I really don't. I would tell you if I see something bad, but I don't. I think you are a great worker, and I think that your boss likes you a lot. So I think you might be a little not giving yourself credit, or you might be a little worried about things too much. So hang in there. Don't be mad. Don't bring your shit to work. Don't be mad at work. Don't be unhappy. Just know that, hey, my boss likes me. I'm doing my job. I know I am. I'm good at it. And to hell with it. Well, if anybody's going to tell you the truth, it's me. I don't lie to anybody. And anybody who knows me will tell you that. I'm not here to bullshit nobody. I can't live a liar. That's not me. If I see bad shit, I'm going to tell you. And if I see good stuff, I'm definitely going to tell you. And if there is advice I have to give you, or if we have to sort it out or figure something out, we will. I'll get to the bottom of it, no problem. We'll get it done. But my advice to you is to like just go to work, do your best, and just try and make the best out of your job. And remember, your mother and my mother says that you know where you are, but you don't know where you're going. And wherever you go, there's always going to be somebody there that's going to piss you off, right? We agreed on that last night. I remember. See? But this month is a month where the retrograde ends. It's a month where things start to get better because of the number 8 is like getting towards that number 10. So it could be good for a lot of people. Yeah. So let's take mama's advice. Let's see how it goes. But in the meantime, you have to do your part. And that is go to work, do your job, make sure your boss doesn't have anything bad to say, which he doesn't. Your boss likes you and it looks like things are going to get better for you. Just go to work with a positive mindset. That's all. I know it's difficult at times, but we can do it. I believe you can do it. Marky believes in you. You're welcome, Tanya. And Teresa, you said, what do the spirit guides need to tell you? They need to tell you that you have extra dye for your hair, that you don't have to buy any more for the next round, and you'll be good to go. And, you know, they also want you to know that you're going to go live later, and we're going to have a good time. You need to get your ass live, and hang out with everybody and do something. And they want you to know that you're going to have bills to pay this month, just like everybody else. And you're probably going to eat, sleep, and use the bathroom too. What else do they want me to tell you? I'm just talking shit. Yes, we believe in you, Tanya. You'll be all right. Every time somebody asks me that question, what do my guys need to tell me? I always say that. Always. Or the famous question is, what can I expect? I said you can expect to go to the bathroom. You can expect to pay your bills and eat and sleep and shit. You can expect to come in here and see me. I always say that shit. I always say that to people, and they start laughing. They're like, "I hate you." Always acting crazy. So now I just want to laugh. You gotta loosen up the energy before you get a reading, so you're not so tense thinking of the worst. The more you laugh before the reading, the better it can come out. Yes, Tanya, clean that shit up. Come on, woman. Get it done. Stop bullshitting and let's get it done. Come on, Tanya. I have two Tanyas in here. I have Tanya and Tanya. And I have pain in the ass Lucky that says back. And Teresa's laughing so hard that her stomach's hurting. Okay, so Teresa, in general, what Spirit wants to tell you is, if you feel like you're following your old ways, right? If you're following your old ways, right? Where at work or like thinking about the things that happened in the past, trying not to think so much on what happened in the past, what happened in a previous marriage, what happened in your previous, past years. Try to always allow that not to affect you that much, and don't continue to think that there isn't any worthwhile changes that you're going to make. So your mind might be wondering sometimes about, I remember this and I remember that, but thank God I'm not in that situation anymore. But they don't even want you to think backwards. They want you to think forwards. And they don't want you to contradict yourself or say you're going to do something and you're not, and then you do it, and then, or if this isn't you, you might hear contradictions from people, and it makes you feel like, I wonder if this person's tricking me, or like you're always aware of who's trying to trick you and who's not trying to trick you. And then some people around you might be trying to get you to do something for their own personal gain, So they might say, I know Teresa would do this for me. She's a sucker. She'll do it. She'll give me what I want, and I'll just, use her for now. So if you feel like someone is doing that, especially someone younger than you, then this person could try to do that, but you already see the bullshit before it's happening, It's like you're aware of it, but you have to like take charge of it. You know what I mean? Hello, Fanya. How you doing? Yeah, sure, you can. Um, Also, you might be worrying about like your like if you feel tranquility enough, like if you feel tranquil enough. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know how people like say, I feel like that I could be better in a certain way. Or maybe you look at yourself and don't give yourself too much credit. Like, oh, I wish I looked like this, or I wish that I can do that. Or like you might indirectly or talk down on yourself at times, and they don't want you to do that because beauty is not, on the outside as much as it's in on the inside. Because the more beautiful you are inside, the outside doesn't count. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they want you to do. They want you to say, hey, you know, or because you're older and you might not, have the ass you always wanted, or the boobs you always wanted, or the hair you always wanted, or the eyes or nose or mouth, or you look at yourself and say, I could look better, but I'm not. You see what I mean? Like try not to criticize or critique yourself so much, you know? And it's like don't make the mistake of doing that. Your imperfections are just misplaced truth for yourself. Like don't be so hard on yourself because you might not look the way you want to. At the end of the day, we never look the way we want to, or we want to anyway. We all wish that we were like, every man wants to look like Brad Pitt, and every woman wants to look like J-Lo. So, you know, these are things that we're not going to be, and that's okay. As long as we're beautiful on the inside, or as long as we're good on the inside, and we're doing what's right for us, then that scenario should be taken out of your mind and taken out of your whole, memory. But that's what they want you to know. They want you to know that, hey, don't be so hard on yourself because you're not what you want to be, or you feel like, hey, I wish that this was different or that was different. And this could not only mean looks and characteristics, this could mean like the way you live. Like if you heard somebody say, like, oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, and then you're saying to yourself, oh well, I know exactly what you're saying, but your story is like mine, but now that you said it that way, I feel guilty now, or I feel like I'm a shitty person because you're saying that this is wrong and I've done that. So now you're talking about me. Like don't do that. Like I don't want to be in that category. I have an excuse. So don't take people's harsh words or harsh reality, or don't even take your own mistakes into consideration of a bad person, because you're not. Or because bad things have happened to you doesn't mean you're a bad person, or you're being you know put on karma for the rest of your life. Just don't be. Spirit wants you to be aware that you're not a bad person, but you can be a better person for yourself, not for others, but for you. You got to do what's right for you, not for everybody else. So the main thing in this message was making worthwhile changes for yourself, not for others, but for yourself. If you're going to make any changes this month, make it for you, not for everybody else. So if you need to pamper yourself or get something that you need personally, then go for it. So spirit wants you to not be hard on yourself and stop thinking bad. Stop thinking negative. That's all. That's what they really want you to do. But I'll get you a oracle card right after I deal with Fanya. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. All right, you want to ask about your romantic connection and €5 should be more than $5. Well, that's good because when I get $5 American, I don't even get those $5 because YouTube takes money from me. So now that you gave me more, maybe I'll get $5. So that's good. You said my question is about H. I set some boundaries and he respects that. But he does have fear of letting people in and being rejected. So I want to know, will he fight for this or give up and walk? I know he really likes me. All right. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Well, this person definitely likes you and thinks you're a good person and a good looking person. And it looks like over a period of time, and like in the next 2 to 3 months, things are going to get better between you and this person, especially romantically and peacefully. And I see this person, you know, I wouldn't say they're fighting for it, but they're going to make sure that it's the right thing for them. Their wish is to be with you and to be in a romantic relationship with you, even though you're saying that this person, uh, you know, does have a fear of letting people in. But I think that this person would definitely want to fight for the connection or try. I wouldn't say fight because I don't see that type of energy here. But what I do see is this person wishes for a good romantic relationship and connection. And they consider you somebody that they like because I got the world card. So the world card is a woman that this person considers his world, somebody who can be in his world, somebody who he admires, he likes, he thinks that's beautiful. He thinks that's attractive. He thinks that if he can be with this woman, it's compatible. You know. So I would say in the next like 2 months, things can get a lot better in your connection for sure. And this person like has some very, you know, deep concentration on their work life and what they're studying, what they're doing, what they're working on, and they definitely want somebody who will open their mind up to new ideas and learn things together. But their wish is to find a person like you. So even though this person may have a fear of letting people in, this person is willing to bring you into their life because they consider you someone who is compatible with them and somebody who is attractive to them. So I got all good things here, all good cards. Everything is good. I have nothing bad to say. So if you are doubting the connection, I would say don't doubt it. You know, if you're the one setting the boundaries, then he thinks that he considers that a good thing because if you weren't setting boundaries and you was a hoe, then he'd be like, oh yeah, she's letting me in. I know she's easy. So I don't want that. He doesn't want an easy, hoish type of person. He wants somebody that he can actually settle down with and be in a romantic relationship and actually love and care about. So if you want that, I feel he does too. Well, let me clarify what I think he does. Okay. Now you say that you have doubts because he tests you. If a man tests you, that means he's testing you to see if you're the real deal. Because most men and women test each other. That's a good thing. It's not games, right? But it's like a test to say, are you really who you say you are? Or are you really the woman that I want? So I'm going to test you to see. It's okay to test somebody's sincerity. If it's a test of sincerity, then I would say that that's a good thing. you know, because this person wants to see if you're really about that life. Because if this person is a person that you're saying has fear of letting people in and being rejected, then that's why they have to test you to see if you're like every other person out there. But I'm not getting that he's doing it on purpose to aggravate you or to disrespect you. He's doing it to see if you're compatible enough to him. And that's okay. I wouldn't take it personally if I were you. Because I'm not getting a malicious or malicious type of like energy here. I'm getting all good things. I'm not saying this to like, sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is very good cards and very good energy. So I would say that try not to doubt the connection and take the test as a way of saying, hey, are you really the person I'm compatible with because I really like you? And you admitted that he likes you. So if you know he likes you, he's got to test you now to see if you're really about that life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people take it personally, but I wouldn't, because he doesn't show up here as a bad person. He shows up as somebody that, yeah, I want to test you to see if you look as good as you are. So if you consider yourself an attractive woman, right? Attractive women can be a pain in the ass to deal with because everybody else wants you too because you are attractive. So he might be like, you know what? She can get any man she wants, but is she compatible with me? So I'm going to test her to see if she's really, a hoe or a housewife. That could be it too. I'm just speculating here and assuming things from what I see in the cards and what you're telling me. Well, I'm not getting that he is, lying to you or anything, but maybe he's nervous, or embarrassed to really like give you, the 100%. Because if you don't really know him that long, then how can he really tell you everything all one time? A lot of people, are not going to tell you everything all at once because they don't know you like that. Now, when you first meet somebody, especially the opposite sex, you're gonna like test that person and you're gonna be like, I can't tell him the truth right now. I might not be able to tell him the truth, or I can't tell him too much because I don't know if I can trust this person. But when they start to trust you, they're gonna say, hey, look, I want to tell you this, this, and this, and this, I want to be real with you now because I have feelings for you, or we're together now, so I'm gonna tell you the truth about everything. And that's okay, like. Oh, see, that's the thing. So that's why you show up here as the world card. So when a woman shows up as the world card, that means that she's admired by a lot of people. So a lot of men admire you and say, hey, look, this woman is attractive. I would love to get with her. But this guy, I feel he's a little different. He's probably like, you know, she's good looking and she gives me the time, and I feel like we can make this work. But she might be like, hell no, I don't want you. That's why he's trying to test you to see if you are gonna like, actually give him the time of day. So if I were you, I would say give it a chance because the cards come out really good. So it says that, to answer your question, the connection could be a lot better if you connect with him. Yeah, if you don't entertain if you're with some, like you're saying to me, and I believe you. You say you don't want attention and you're very loyal and honest. That sounds like me. I don't want attention either, but I'm very loyal and honest, and I'll definitely be willing to be in a relationship with a beautiful woman, and I don't care how beautiful or how what she looks like, as long as I'm attracted to her. And I know men are vultures. They're gonna try and go after every fine looking woman, you know? And that's normal. I don't care about that. As long as you're not entertaining and as long as you're loyal and honest to me, and you tell men leave you alone, I'm got a man, then that's good for me. I don't Why am I going to be jealous of that? Why am I going to be mad that my woman says tell other guys go away? I would love that. I would love to see somebody come up to my woman and say, "Hey, you got a man?" She'd be like, "Yeah, he's right there. Look, his name is Mark. That's my man right there. I love him to death. So you're out of luck, buddy." And if my woman says that, then I'll trust her even more. I'll be like, "See, look, she tells guys that's my man. She loves me. She ain't worried about your dumb ass." So that would make me happy, right? And if they did that for you, what would you say? You'd be like, "Oh, sorry, sweetheart. I have a woman. Her name's Fanya. She's right there. Look, isn't she beautiful?" "Oh yeah, she is." I say, "That's my woman. I love her to death. So maybe in our next life we can get together. All right, sweetheart. Goodbye." I'll be nice. I wouldn't say get away from me, you hoe. Unless she was. But I'm just trying to say, like, that's what how I would act, or what I would say, or what people would want in a relationship, is to show that you really love the person, and you won't flirt and you won't get yourself in trouble. Yeah. So has he asked you out or anything like that? Well, see, some guys, I'm like that too. I'm not gonna really go all in unless, like, I see if the woman is really like not playing no games, or she's showing me the interest I'm showing her, or if I'm not showing her anything, then maybe she needs to show me to let me know that I have a chance. Because a lot of women, and I'm not saying you're doing this or anybody is, but I've noticed a lot of women that like somebody or like a guy, they think that, oh yeah, they have to come after me because I'm the woman. That's not necessarily a good thing if you think that. Because if a woman meets the man halfway and says, "Hey, maybe we can go out sometime," or if you want to go out sometime, I would like to go with you. Or if they mention, "Hey, I want to go to this baseball game," or "I want to go to this place and eat the food there. I heard this new restaurant." You should say, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good." Or, "You know what? Maybe we can go one day." It's okay for a woman to hint, you know? And when a man gets that, it makes them more confident. You see? Oh, okay, well, if you told him that, then you're doing the right thing. Now it's up to him. Ah, well, see, I've been saying that to people for years. See, you hit the nail with the hammer just now. See what you just said? You said he's looking for a new job. So his finances aren't what they normally are, and he feels embarrassed. Now, that is absolutely true, because when a man feels like he's not got enough money to, like, take a woman on a good date, then the woman's going to say, "You ain't got no money. F you. You ain't taking me to no McDonald's. Hell no. We're going to go to somewhere to eat some lobster and some crab legs or something, or some steak." But if you're like that type of weirdo type of person, then he's gonna be like, "Oh, she wants me for his money." So by the looks of things, you're not like that, but you also think that you already know what he's like. See, so that's good that you know that that's the case. So that's where you have to make him feel like that's not a problem to you. But if it is a problem to you, then it might be an embarrassment for him. So this is just my, analysis on what you're telling me. Because that's what guys do, though. Guys are very insecure about their finances. And if they didn't got the money, they're scared to take a woman on a date. Yeah. But see, because he knows you're like that, right? Because he knows you're not after money and you're very stable and independent, maybe he wants to match that. So when he feels like he has what you are, and he matches your energy, then that will make him feel more confident. But if you show him and give that energy to him that you don't care about that, and no matter what, because even if you're both rich, right? This is an example. Even if both people are rich it doesn't mean it's going to work. You can be exactly alike, and it doesn't mean it's going to work overall, because it's the person, it's the character, it's the connection you have with communication, and how you can be, you can hate sports and your husband loves sports, and you don't even want to watch sports and you want to watch movies, but everything else you do is all connection. So that it's not going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So if you can live with that, and so can he, then there's nothing wrong with the connection. The connection will be there. But from what I see in the cards, it looks like this month is going to be good to for a date and a possible connection between you and him to get better. So the ice is going to be broken soon, where he's going to, like, admit that he likes you, or there's going to be a date or two or three or more, and then it's going to go off from there. But his wish is to, like, say something to you. So Fania, it looks good. You're welcome, no problem. So it does look good between you and him. I think he's gonna grow balls and say something to you. And just remember, if you get married next year or the year after, I just want a piece of wedding cake, okay? I'm just saying, I like wedding cake. So if you decide to get married in the future, I want to have a piece of cake. That's not too much to ask, I'm just teasing. No problem. I do wish you the best. Like I wish everybody the best on here. And from what I see in the cards, I see that good things are going to happen. So when I see that, that makes me happy. So I don't want to give bad news, but I do give bad news. But in your case, you got good news. You love cake? Good. We have something in common. So we can eat some cake. Sure. You're welcome. No problem. Teresa, I got animal spirit card here for you that I promised you. Well, I didn't promise you. I told you I was going to give you one. But I don't know if you've seen this deck before, Teresa. It says the spirit animal oracle. I bring it from upstairs, and I said I want to pull one for you because I know we like our animals. All right, let's see, Teresa. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. You better go back and pray some damn more. Okay, Teresa, you got the brown bear spirit. Take time out. And this says, there is a time to act and a time to focus your intentions on patient stargazing. The arrival of this big brown spirit card signals you that you are best served by foregoing hard work toward your goals and the moment, and instead taking the time out to meditate. Just take a nap or just refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land and contemplate and imagine what you want right now and what you might want in a vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember that sleep allows for dreaming and rest allows for clear-headed stargazing. How might you become the person you wish and experience whatever your heart desires? When you become so frazzled that you can't decide how to move forward, This card arrives to remind you to let go of your impatience and getting the answers and solving the problems that face you. Now is the time for rest and meditation. Take a break. Let insights arise and know that you have plenty of time to make plans. This card also reminds you that sometimes the best and most effective action is no action, allowing the situation around you to reveal itself. There you go. You're welcome, Fania. No problem. Goodbye. So there you go, Teresa. That was pretty much like your reading. That's just confirming that you need to take time out for yourself and understand that it's not about everybody else, it's about you. And if you need to get more rest, then get more rest, recover, meditate. The Reiki is coming up, right? So all these things are the right path that you're going in. You're starting to take care of you now. And they don't want you to like just take care of you for a little bit. You got to take time right out and say, look, I need to deal with my shit. It's all about Teresa now. Sick and tired of dealing with everybody else. You all need to give me space. If you have to, do it, you have to do it. So that's what this is about. Spirits reminded you twice now. So I have another deck here that I haven't used in probably 5 years. It even had dust on it. And it's called the Sacred Rebels Oracle. It's kind of a freaky looking deck, but it's called the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Guidance for living a unique and authentic life. So I'm going to give you one of these as well. I know you like your Oracle cards. So this is the cover of the Oracles. See, it's a woman meditating, thinking, dreaming. And like this is like the other sides of the card, man. New birth, guarded vigilancy. So they're pretty cool cards. I haven't used them in a long time. And there's all different people in this card. Yeah, they're nice cards. I love them. My friend gave me this deck a long, long time ago. She asked me to she gave it to me and asked me to use it because like when I give messages. So I did it when I first came on here. I used this deck a lot. But I just found it and it was full of dust. So I bring it out today. All right. This is yet another message like that. See? Number 17. Remember, 1 and 7 is 8. So this is for this month. All right. Now, this is your card. It says, what is already with you? Number 17. What is already with you? And it says, this oracle comes with a special guidance for you. You are more than ready you think you are. You are more prepared than you realize. You don't need an entire army of resources to move ahead, although you may find that when you do move, many resources suddenly become apparent. All that you need is in this moment in just one sweet act of nourishment. This is enough to take you out of backwards nostalgia or regret and forwards into what is awaiting you now. Be brave, dig deep within, and enjoy the sweet surrender. You're getting like the same messages over and over. See, this is what Spirit's trying to embed in you. So they want you to know, they want you to ask yourself, This message is amplified if you have drawn the oracle of this card because it says, "What do you feel?" In this, if this is the case, you may pay attention to what is being asked of you here for your own benefit. And the healing process that you're going to go through is feel your heart beat in your chest and flow of your breath. You are alive. You are connected to life, and you can trust in yourself, your own mind, your own body, your own breath. Just with yourself and know that all is going to be okay. Reassure yourself that letting go of the past is as natural as passing of the seasons of life. When you are ready to stand up, open your arms wide and hold them above your head for a moment. Imagine your heart and hands are open and shifting to beautiful light that is in within you. Lastly, imagine the universe receiving it and saying yes to you. If you are feeling cheeky and ready to send a big yes back to the universe and laugh, that is it. That is enough. You are enough. So be it. Ooh, I got chills in the back of my neck. And that all the messages I've given you just now are all the same. It emphasizes you. See that sentence there that says you are enough, you are this, you are that. See, it's all about you. Everything is about you now. Fuck everybody else. It's Teresa time. See? Can't make this shut up. I'm psychic on Saturdays, by the way. Nobody knew that until now. So there you go. I'm glad I bring these two decks down. That was cool. I like these decks. They're so nice. So that way tonight I can give somebody messages if they want any. You're welcome, Teresa, anytime. Yeah, just on Saturdays. Yeah. I don't want to be psychic tomorrow. I just want to be a card reader tomorrow. Diamond, what's the matter, baby? You okay? You good? You want to go pee pee? You want some dinner later? It's too early for your dinner right now. It's not 4 o'clock yet. Still got another hour before you get some dinner. You okay, baby? What's the matter? You good? You have the life. Eat, sleep, and shit and piss and do absolutely nothing. You ain't gotta work. Looks like we got some rain coming our way. That big patch of rain coming. It's definitely coming here. I can see it coming this way. We're gonna get a good bit of rain now. Great. Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna get my ass out of here. I've been on here for like 2 hours now. When are you going live, Teresa? What time? I don't know if you have your link up yet, but I know you said on your community page that you were going live, but I didn't see the time thing. I can't remember. Okay, 6 o'clock. So I got time. It's 3:47 now, so I got an hour. I got 2 hours before you come on. 2 hours and 15 minutes. All right, cool. That's more than enough time for me to do what I got to do, and then I'll go on your live, and then after that, I'll go live after. Sounds good. I got something to do. Good night, Lucky. Get your ass to bed. Go to sleep. Stop worrying about everything. Go get some melatonin or whatever it's called. That sleeping stuff. Or go get high or something. No, I'm just teasing. Don't do that. Don't get high. You're crazy enough now. Yeah, 2 hours from now, that sounds good. I'll be back. Go sleep, Lucky. Go sleep for 2 hours and then come on Teresa's live. All right, ladies, I'll see you all later. And I'll see you in your live, Teresa, and then after that I'll go lucky. I'll go lucky. I'll go live tonight. Hopefully Marley comes on live. And by the way, I got word that Dan is okay. So even though he hasn't been in here, but I heard that he's okay. I got word that he's okay. Hey, Barbie. All right, cool. I'll see you guys tonight. And if you guys want to hang out in 2 hours at Teresa's room, go check her out. And I'll be in there too, talking shit as usual. All right, I'll see you guys later.